peak. Just this is what I call like a really good season, man. Just super good. That's dang near the video, to be honest. I could just stop right there, make a long story short. But content. That's what we need right now. Now, Invincible season 3, it was just really good, really good. But elephant out of the room, or just the elephant in the room. That's animation talk. Animation this, animation that. Let's call a spade a spade. If we're comparing season 1, season 3, there's an obvious fall off. Obvious, We could say that at least. That's fair to say. Now, if we're comparing season 3 to season 2, they're pretty much consistent. That's consistent right there. It's consistent animation for like a 1-year gap. I think the issue was going from season 1 to season 2, seeing such a obvious animation fall off, especially for like a 2-year gap, took people back. Everyone was taken aback by that. And that's totally fair. But now, season 2 to season 3, it was a year gap, consistent animation. I could take a dip if, the episodes that need good animation have solid animation, And I think that's where this whole conversation leads on to, where like, if the animation is mid or bad, but the story is good, it doesn't matter. I'm just here for the story. But those people, some of those people I will say are like half cap. And so those same people be like, oh, this anime's animation is just garbage, so I'm not going to watch it. Even though it has a really good story, So they're wishy-washy when it comes to this whole animation topic. I say ignore them, They know who they are. You know who they are. Just ignore them, cast them aside. Now, going on to the main topic about Invincible in season 3. This right here was great, man. I had like a lot of fun watching this. And really just, I want to say the arcs with Mark. Because really it's kind of like, Mark really diving into being a hero and like figuring out like his moral code. That is it, moral code. There we go. And figuring that out. And I feel like, him trying to figure this out through this season was fun to watch. It's like the whole first, I want to say like portion of this season was him going back and forth with Cecil about, doing what's good, doing what's bad and stuff like that, Because we see how there was like this huge fight, the heroes got kidnapped. Mark and Eve had to save them. And then we see that Cecil brought out like Darkwing. I think his name was Vinclair, the scientist. Like these bad people who did bad things, kill some people, and they weren't locked up, and Cecil was using them to help others. So Mark's like, hey, yo, this is wrong. These guys did bad things. They should be in jail. Cecil's like, hey, listen, they're trying to change their ways and do better now. So if they're trying to do better and help us in the grand scheme of things, might as well use them. So there's that back and forth right there. At the same time, Cecil calls Mark out of that hypocrisy, saying, hey, listen, you're talking about how your dad's like a changed man too, and he did like atrocious things as well. So why are you, acting so hard against these guys too? They're trying to, set their foot right. You know what I mean? So I thought that was like very interesting. And then the boiling point was when there was like the Mark versus Cecil. Well, at the same time, they were both kind of wrong. Like Mark kind of blew it out of proportion, attacking, Cecil. But at the same time, Cecil having like that that chip in his ear, caused a ringing or whatnot, doing that to Mark. That was also out of pocket. They were still both out of pocket, but at the same time, both are kind of right. Like Cecil's doing what needs to be done, and Mark is kind of still on this like, I won't say moral high ground, be like, hey, we don't kill, we don't do X, Y, Z. That's bad. We gotta be good people. And I think the quote Cecil has like from his past is good people don't save the world or something like that. I think I butchered it, but he has a quote, and that was a quote. And we'll even get even more, I want to say, backstory with Cecil, with the flashback of him kind of living like Mark, like having Mark's like same code, like, hey, listen, while we having these bad guys work with us, they did these bad things. We should take them out. They shouldn't be here, we shouldn't work with them. So Mark is like, not Mark, Cecil is very, not forgiving, but understanding of like Mark's point of view and giving Mark the space he needs, because he knows like he's still an asset. I can't be, completely cut him off, but I'm going to give him his space. So I like Cecil. I think Cecil is what we call like a good gray area character that does what needs to be done. So that was good. I really like that a lot. And at the same time, we get the Invincible War. Now that's when I feel like, the animation really started looking crispy and nice. Like they did that justice too. I thought that was fantastic. Really good adaptation. And speaking of adaptations too, I think what they did with Rexplode, like adding in relationship with him and Shrinking Ray Really leveled him out for sure. Like in the comics, he had like some development. He was solid. But I feel like, showing his development in the show plus the relationship with Shrinking Ray, because Shrinking Ray was like a throwaway character for sure. But here they actually made her like, a solid anchor for Rex. That made it even better for him his development. And then made his death hit even harder too once he did die. You know what I mean? So that was just insane. I feel like they did a really good job with Rex, like his whole character arc and then journey. That was just good. Then at the same time, we get right after that Conquest versus Invincible. Like that, this was good fight right here. This was exactly what I wanted. Because the entire show, we really just got like Mark kind of not coasting, but like being like a really good hero, like getting the job done, like still getting like some pushback, with the dragon, the underground demons and whatnot. Not I'll say like creatures, like still having some resistance, but he was still getting the job done of getting it finished. You know, excuse me. I think Powerplex was a good, push because like he was like a hard counter to Mark, but he was still holding his own against Powerplex. It wasn't like a full on wash. You know what I mean? But with Conquest, this was just, completely one sided. And I think even when reading this too, it was like still, it felt like that edge of like, how is Mark going to win this fight? Like, this just seems like a force you can't beat or you can't negotiate with. And I really like that because it's like a good contrast to him versus his dad. Because with Nolan, you feel like, okay, this is still his dad at the end of the day. Yeah, he's gone kind of crazy. Yeah, he's beating him up pretty bad, but like, he's not going to kill his son, right? They're still like in the back of your head. He's like, okay, like Mark could still find a way to get out of this. But Conquest, like, wait a second, this guy is going out to kill. He doesn't care. He wants to fight. He wants an excuse to kill you. Like, there's no reason with this dude. Like, even when there was even a scene too, where I was like, hold on, wait, let's talk about this. He's like, bro, what are you doing? No talking. Let's just get back to fighting. Like, Conquest was. They did him justice, bro. I saw people on the internet dissing the voice actor. I'm like, bro, you guys need no. He was doing good, bro. Like, I feel like his delivery was good, his introduction was good. Like, Conquest did his job. They even added like an extra layer too. Like, he had like a monologue with choking Mark out, saying like he's very lonely and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, like the whole Viltrum Empire sees him as a weapon, and like him being so so good at his job, they ostracize him more and more. Like, they send him on missions by himself. And he always completes missions by himself. I'm like, okay, this man's just like a complete beast. Let's just leave him alone. So there's like this sense of loneliness he has being this conqueror, and he doesn't get like a real name. He just gets the name Conquest because that's what he does. So they gave Conquest like an extra layer, which was kind of nice. I wouldn't say humanize him, but yeah, they gave him like a little extra layer of like why he's kind of in this bloodlusted state, if you will. I think that's the word I wanted to use. But yeah, he was great. Even Adam Eve put in work. Like, they gave Adam Eve like some real work for this episode. So, like, she kind of went crazy, holding him off for that time being until she got like her, was it re-life up? Not even like her revive. That's the word I'm looking for. Because like, as you guys know, Adam Eve can't work, not in a sentient matter like humans and whatnot. She can only do that when like at near death situations or stressful situations. She could do that. And that's how she caused damage to Conquest and gave Mark the upper hand to like take him out. But yeah, like that whole fight was great. Just fantastic. Him freaking beating up on Oliver, that was just insane seeing that, bro. Like Oliver got like this one good hit in, charged him, dude just like backhanded him to the ground, bro. It was low key tough, bro. Like that whole fight was just exactly what I wanted. Just like this huge curb stomp. Then Eve pulling out the clutch, having that clutch moment with the revive. Weaken him enough for Mark to take him out. It was a really good time, bro. It was a really good time. Like, I have no complaints whatsoever. The memes of the show was great too. Like, we freaking got, if you're on TikTok, right, we got like this whole new it's not rework. What's what I'm looking for? Remix, Jesus Christ, remix of Trap Queen. Now they're calling it Trap Royalty, like with these instrumentals in the background of like, Rexplode or like different characters, kind of like their final moment, then, being taken out to like save the day. And like it's these edits right now with this Trap Royalty, it's just gas, bro. Like, it just really shows how like Rex really changed the game, not changed the game, but like left a lasting impact on everybody with his sacrificing character arc, Then at the same time you flip it, and people are freaking clowning, what's his name, Immortal, because man, After the whole Invincible War said, "Hey yo, I'm done. I'm gonna marry my hot Asian wife. Call it a day. I'm done saving humanity," and people are clowning him because Immortal takes like a lot of L's throughout the show. Like man, just is just a walking L magnet. But at the same time, I kind of get you. You've been alive since the peak of human time, since the beginning, helping them out through all this time. Now you're like, I'm just done with saving people. I'm done. I want to retire. I get it, but at the same time, from our perspective, bro, you just been in the game, taking all these L's, and now you're just like, hey, I'm giving up. I'm tapping out. You just live a lovely life. While my man Rex died on the spot protecting his people and couldn't even get with his own girl, Chicken Ray, bro. Like, he was going to, not retire, but like, he had like a good life set up. He had like his girl retired. He was going to be a hero on the side and whatnot, enjoying life, but instead he had to die, stopping an Invincible clone or doppelganger or whatnot. But yeah, all in all, great show. Love the memes. Just love the whole story and the trajectory is going right now. Like, comic, the TV show, like, there's just a really good adaptation. Like, they're adding more stuff to it. And there's more context, just more layers with each character, and that's just great to see. Like, they're doing a really good job. I can't wait till season 5, or not season 5, season 4. And apparently that's already greenlit for like 2026. So I guess they're making this like a yearly thing, which I don't mind per se, because I kind of miss, the yearly TV shows. Like, we used to get like a TV show like a year, like seasonal, like, okay, a year, a show. But, COVID kind of set its back, with delays and whatnot. So now things are starting to get, back on track, yearly releases with TV shows, which I don't mind. But at the same time, that might be a dip in animation, or it might not be. It just depends on like how they work their workers and like what they can do for them, and whatnot. But yeah, that's probably it for this review. I'm happy with the show. Solid season for sure. No complaints really whatsoever. But yeah, I say check it out. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.